Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I know a lot of you guys have actually requested this video and I finally am filming this for you guys, and it's a comparison of these two Moonshot cushions. Now on my right side, this is the latest one that I had just released, which is the Moonshot Micro Correct Fit cushion, and on my left I have the Moonshot Micro Setting Fit cushion. I have done detailed videos on both of these cushions if you guys would like to check it out. I also recommend you guys to actually check it out before actually watching this video, because I felt like the two videos I've done is much more detailed and thorough. This particular video is solely just comparing these two cushions. First thing I want to talk about are the shades. So both of them actually comes in 3 different shades, and on this Moonshot Micro Setting Fit cushion, I've been getting it in shade 201. I know in my previous video I've mentioned that I would like to try the 301, but somehow the 201 just tend to just fit me much more nicely now, partly because maybe my skin hasn't gone darker or lighter, it just stayed quite balanced or like normal. So 201 actually suit me really well. And on the Micro Correct Fit cushion, I got it in 301, which is the darker shade. Surprisingly, it is perfect for me too. So I feel like with this one, I can probably go up in 301, but I'm just so used to 201 and I just got the 301 in refill 201 in refill anyway. So either way, I'm between 201 and 301 for both of these shades. Unfortunately, 301 is the darker shade for both of this collection. I just have to say the packaging is so beautiful. When the Micro Setting Fit cushion came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I love the sparkly in it, like the holographic, it's so pretty. But then when they released this Correct Fit cushion, I was like, oh, it's purple, it's glitter, I just love it so much. So in regards of the cushion, it's about the same, and the Moonshot Correct Fit cushion is actually 15 grams, so it's 3 grams higher than the Micro Setting Fit cushion. I can definitely feel that this is much more heavier than this one. Not sure why, but like in regards of the thickness, they are about the same, but somehow this one is actually heavier. I'll open up both of these cushions for you guys to check out. So in regards of the packaging, they are identical except for the puff. So the puff is actually a little bit different. So the Micro Correct Fit cushion is much more pointier for the puff, and the setting cushion is much more rounded, but you can see a little bit of pointiness to it still. But for this one, I feel like with the Correct Fit cushion, you can actually go into all the really detail of really tricky edges on your face or like the corner. So I feel like in regards of the puff, I actually like this Correct Fit cushion puff more because of the pointiness. And both of the cushion, they are actually very like, how do you say, doughy or like puffy, which is really nice to apply onto the face. Ignore my dog barking, she probably saw a cat or whatever, but yeah. In regards of the cushion inside, this is how both of them look like. They are just your normal usual cushion, nothing special to it. But yeah, so on my right, this is the Micro Correct Fit, and on the left is the Micro Setting Fit. I like how actually dense it is, because then you can sort of feel like it actually absorbs a lot of the liquid foundation inside. So when I actually push the puff into the cushion, a little bit actually comes out, like because of the denseness. So it's sort of like control how much it actually comes out, but also accumulate a lot in the cushion itself. Both of them are actually SPF 50, which I think is really great, because I tend to use really higher SPF on my face, because New Zealand sun is actually pretty high, even like during winter right now. So I always still like to put SPF on my face, like just in general, like all seasons around, which is good. For the finish, the Moonshot Micro Correct Fit cushion, it has like this semi-dewy but glowy finish, and that's what they were trying to achieve for this particular cushion, because they just want to make it look like you have a glowy and hydrating face, and also like natural looking skin as well. But for this Moonshot Micro Setting Fit, it does have like a matte finish. Now when I first got the Micro Setting Fit cushion, I was a bit hesitant in matte finish because I don't tend to lean towards matte cushion just because my skin is super drying, so I felt like my skin couldn't breathe if I do put on like any matte foundation or cushion. However, this Moonshot Micro Setting Fit cushion, I feel like this matte finish was just amazing on me. Like, this is actually my second cushion already, and if you guys didn't watch my Thailand Get Ready with me video, I actually brought this with me to Thailand even though it was really hot, it was really humid there, and somehow this was just great on my skin. And for this Moonshot Micro Correct Fit cushion, I actually took this with me to Japan when the weather was really cold, and it was really great. So for this Micro Setting Fit cushion, I felt like this is great for those who have really oily skin, and also like I do have dry skin, so I feel like for a humid weather, I actually feel like this is actually really great for the skin, partly because it is matte and it doesn't make the skin look oily or anything, which is great. Now for the Moonshot Micro Correct Fit cushion, I definitely wouldn't recommend for those who have oily skin just because it already gives you like that glowy finish, and throughout the day the glow on it actually stays on, but the longer you wear it, just looks much more dewier. It doesn't look oily, but you can just see that the dewiness has just gone much more dewy. That's how I could explain it. So for me, oily skin would definitely have to stay away from this, but I felt like this particular cushion is amazing during the winter because the glowiness of the cushion just stays normal if you do prime your skin. However, I actually do not recommend setting this with powder, guys. I don't know what it is, but I tried setting it with powder a few times when I was in Japan. It didn't go well. I looked like a hot mess at the end of the day. I just looked really cakey on the face. So what I did was I just used my primer, apply this cushion, and then actually just spray with setting mist, and it looks perfectly fine throughout the day. And for this Moonshot Micro Setting Fit cushion, because it is a matte finish, I just leave it as is. I just prime, I just put the cushion, and I don't even just put powder because I feel like it's already matte enough, and if I put powder, my skin just feels like it just couldn't breathe and just feels really tight. So in general, both of this cushion is just great without powder, but if you do want to set it, just prime it and then just set it with setting mist. But in regards of the finish, I like that the finish really matches to the description, where this is matte and this one is like a dewy finish. But texture wise, it just depending on the season. I like both of them depending on what I feel like and depending what the weather is treating me like, you know. So yeah. The Moonshot Micro Setting Fit cushion has a higher coverage than the Micro Correct Fit cushion. The Micro Correct Fit cushion stated that it's supposed to give you a higher coverage as well, but on me, I do have quite faded or like a lot of redness and blemishes on my face, so sometimes my skin can look quite bumpy, and I feel like with this particular Correct Fit cushion, it didn't really cover much of that. It gives me more like a light medium coverage, which I'm not complaining because sometimes I just really feel like I need something natural, something lightweight, and I would lean towards this one. But if I do want a really high coverage and cover up everything on my face, I would stick to this Micro Setting Fit cushion. However, I don't think it's like a big deal because if I really do want a really high coverage, I would just conceal my face and then apply the cushion itself. So yeah, the purple one, the Correct Fit cushion, light to medium coverage for me, and the Setting Fit cushion is a higher and a high coverage for me. Now for the longevity, I'll show you guys a few clips. I actually used this so many times already, and in regards to longevity, both of them do last for a very long time. But if you want to know which one actually didn't budge or just stay as it is, it would definitely have to be the Micro Setting Fit cushion. It didn't show any oiliness on my face or my T-zone area. But with the Moonshot Correct Fit cushion, it gives me more of a glowier face, much more dewy at the end of the day. So sometimes depending on the angle or depending on the lighting, it does look like my skin can get quite oily, and the only particular part of my face that actually faded off from this Moonshot Correct Fit cushion was actually the nose area. So you can see more of my blemishes on my nose. So, and this clip was solely shown to you guys after actually applying after 10 hours without actually setting it with primer or setting mist. So you guys can see that the longevity is actually a good amount of time, like it was actually really good. So can you guys imagine how well this cushion will actually last if you actually prime and set it with setting mist? In regards of the price, both of them actually have the same price, which is great, even though the Micro Correct Fit cushion is actually much more of a higher gram than this one. So both ranges around like $20 to $22 depending where you get them from. Overall, I actually like both of these cushions depending what I feel like on the day. So obviously this one I lean towards much more of a colder weather where I know I'm not gonna sweat a lot, where I want it really lightweight and natural. I would go for this Moonshot Correct Fit cushion. For days where I want higher coverage, where I want it to be sweat proof, I would definitely stick to this Micro Setting Fit cushion because it lasts throughout the whole day, throughout the humid weather, the hot weather, the sweaty day. Like this just would not budge. But overall, I do love both of them equally because I can see the benefit for both of them on my face, and I just love the finish of both of this depending what I feel like. So I hope you guys find this video helpful, and if you guys have any more questions in regards of any of this cushion, definitely put it down in the box below because I'm more than happy to comment and reply to you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.